Figuring out how to be a good conversationalist requires some training. With the help of a few of these suggestions, you can practice and learn how to unwind and have an awesome discussion with almost anyone. Number 3. Remember people. A considerable lot of us experience a variety of different individuals every day, regardless of whether you work for a strong organization or mainly observe many people in your neighborhood. It can be hard to put the right face with the right name. In any case, taking the time and making a point to recall people's names, as well as to call them by name, can build a rapport between you. When you initially take in somebody's name, repeat it in the discussion. When someone says, "Hello there, I'm Jamie," you should state, "It's nice to meet you, Jamie." The quick reiteration will enable you to engrave the name in your memory. You can also draw on past exchanges. On the off chance that you know the person, survey a mental rundown of points you've talked about beforehand and proceed on one of them. For instance, some important news they told you, how their child is doing, or one of their assignments. This gives you something to talk about, as well as demonstrates that you focus when you converse with them and you think about their issues and encounters enough to consider and recollect them. Number 2. Try not to overshare. Oversharing implies that you are stating something that either embarrasses you as the speaker, or worse, your audience. It can be unproductive. This is usually the case when people exclaim something without thinking, and after that, right away think twice about it. Offering unnecessary details can make both you and the person that you are conversing with feel uncomfortable. To anticipate oversharing, make a habit to know about circumstances where it frequently happens. Oversharing happens a ton when you are anxious or particularly nervous to establish a decent connection with someone. For instance, on the off chance that you are heading to an important group discussion at work or school, take a couple of deep quieting breaths before you go into the room. Also pause for a minute to consider what you will state before really verbalizing your considerations. Assess your relationship with the other person. Before sharing details, ask yourself, is this the right person to talk about this with? Number 1. Remain current on the news. Attempt to know about what is happening on the news. This will enable you to be well read on the off chance that somebody tries to converse with you about current events. Take a couple of minutes every morning to filter through the featured stories. Being well read will enable you to be a vastly improved member in discussions. Another method is to know what is going on in popular culture. Discussing the most recent books, films, and music is an incredible approach to have a ton of fun talks with your friends, associates, or even different commuters on your local transport. Dive around into what's happening in the world and try asking the other person their thoughts about the most recent massive occurrence in the news. Odds are they'll know about it as well, and if they don't, then that is something worth being thankful for to discuss. Remember amusing stories that could get you a little light humor and help your friend to remember gripping news stories they have read recently. They may even have a relatable story from their own lives to tell you that is similar.